Welcome in to the BDE Fantasy League podcast for Week 9. I'm Devyn.
I'm Gifford.
And I'm Brittany.
We have our first two-time guest of the podcast.
Two-timer. And this week we are going to talk about our predictions from last week, our power rankings, our best players, and you know what? We're not doing our bitching hour this week. So sorry if you look forward to that, but no. So starting out, last week's predictions, we both actually went 3-2.
Yes.
So that brings us both just where we were last week, one game apart, and we are still battling it out. This week, we have our best players, and I'm going to start with the best QB that I think. In Week 8, I went with Jalen Hurts. He went for 285 yards.
Of course he did.
With 4 touchdowns. Just wildly efficient. A.J. Brown was a monster that game, and he was benched with 10 minutes left to go in that game. He has the argument to be the best quarterback, not only in Week 8, but in this league for the entire year. That's just how I feel.
My quarterback for this week was Tua Tagovailoa. I didn't say that right.
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
He had 382 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Whenever Tua is healthy and on the field, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He scores almost 40 a game. I think it was a great performance. They got the win, and moving on to next week.
Tua's great for sure, but that's also because of his weapons. I know you could say the same about Hurts, but Hurts only has A.J. Brown, so I still think that Hurts. I still think that Hurts is the better quarterback.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is
he
Cap.
was the best one last week.
Devontae Smith,
Those two, I'm sure. He's
Dallas
the best.
Goddard.
They're fine. They're nothing compared to Waddle and Hill, though. Sorry. Yeah. Who'd you have for QB?
For my QB, I picked Kyler Murray, who is on the Apple's team.
Murray.
I picked Kyler Murray. Out of our
The
options,
midgets?
I picked Kyler. I picked the child.
Child.
He threw for 326 yards. He threw 3 touchdowns, which is his best game of the season. I think he did good. I couldn't pick my own quarterback, so I had to just pick one. I picked the first one with the highest points that I saw.
Yeah,
He
Josh
did fine.
Allen. Josh Allen didn't perform.
Josh Allen took a
very
big old
well.
dump last week. It was
Yeah.
so bad. He got like 21 points.
He
That's
had some reckless interceptions there
He
at
had
the end of the
he
game.
had a bad game,
So
but
That's tough. So
Kyler did fine.
So Kyler for you. Honestly, out of those 3, I'm still going to stick with Hurts. I think that he had the best performance. He was the most efficient, and they had to sit him because he was so good. He got benched with 10 minutes left. He's that good.
What was the score of the game?
The score of the game?
Yeah,
it was a blowout.
It was
Was
a
it?
blowout.
It was
Yeah,
a blowout.
they killed him.
But you could have needed him those last 10 minutes, huh? bud?
I could have,
Oh,
but we'll
yes.
talk about that later. So yeah, 36.4 points. I think that Hurts was the best. What did you guys think?
You
out
did
of those,
good.
Out of those 3.
I like my pick.
Yeah,
I like my pick.
they
A
did.
majority.
I think they all did great. I think the real win is the friends we made along the way.
Oh,
I hate that. I hate that. I'm okay. On to the wide receivers. I chose Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill just continues to produce every single week. It's wild. With your quarterback, actually, Tua. But again, it's because of Hill, the quarterback that you chose. Because of Hill, he has been able to produce. Hill is now on pace for 2,042 yards on the year, which, if he makes it there, would put him at the top of the wide receiver list ever. And that's
It would
why
pass Calvin Johnson's record-breaking season.
Megatron is going to be Minitron after Tyreek Hill this year in a 17-game season. So that's
Right.
It depends on how you look at it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Week 8, Tyreek Hill was my best wide receiver.
For me, I'm gonna pick Brittany's guy, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown had 6 catches for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. Amazing efficiency. He had 3 before the half, and that's what we expect from A.J. Brown. He's a monster, physical prototype. Him and DK came from the same lab, so that's what you should expect every single week from A.J. Brown.
It's what we should expect from DK Metcalf too, but he just doesn't do it.
I also picked Brown. I was very excited. Every notification I got, I was super excited, super pumped. It was his best game of the season.
Yeah.
40 points, 40.6. I think it was his 3. I think he only had 5 touchdowns this season, and 3 of them were in this game. And
This was
I
a
love him.
breakout
He's
game
great.
for this
I love
this
AJ
year.
Brown.
He's been
I
performing
think
really
my best
well.
pick
But
of my draft was
last
AJ Brown.
40 points is just wild. He did really well.
Great receiver.
So out of those, well, two, I would probably choose Brown as well for the best wide receiver. So congratulations to him. Best running back. I personally chose Derrick Henry. Henry went for 41.3 points this week or last week. On 32 carries, he got over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. 32 carries is something that no other running back in the league could do.
No.
Not even Big Nick Chubb. I don't think he can handle that workload. Derrick Henry has proven it year in and year out that he just can handle a workload. Yes, he got hurt last year, but he's been doing it for years already. Like his time's gonna come.
Don't
but
people talk about his high school
it's
games?
wild. Yeah.
How great he was in high school.
he's been doing it forever.
He
and
scored 150
did it again.
touchdowns in 4 years of high school.
Wild.
Jesus Christ.
Derrick Henry was the best running back in week 8 when 5 or 6 people scored 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I beg to differ. My guy, CMC, he had a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. First time since 2005, LaDainian Tomlinson. This is history, ladies and gentlemen. He can do everything. He's Superman. He's real life. And on the 49ers, he's their best weapon, and it's going to be scary hours for everybody in the league.
It is. It's scary hours for all of us and in real life. Now that San Francisco has him.
And for our division.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Seahawks. But, hey, we're still in first place. So
Who are the other running backs on the Niners?
Jeff Wilson
Jeff Wilson just got traded.
Eli Mitchell.
And Eli Mitchell
still
is still on the IR. So
Yeah. It's
So they
a
really just
TMC
have
show.
CMC?
Essentially.
And I
They
guess
have
if you
some
consider
running backs.
Debo,
Debo's
on
hurt too.
plays,
Debo's hurt right now too.
So it's going to be all Superman.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you have for running back?
I picked Alvin Kamara, another player from Apple's team.
He's giving Apple all the love this week.
Man.
I'm trying, man. I need to build some alliances. I've made a couple enemies.
big
38.3 points. He did really good. That was his highest game this season. He had 9 receptions for 96 yards. 3 touchdowns, which all of the touchdowns he has scored this season were in this game. He did really good.
She was hoping for a Christmas game.
I was
from
really
Kamara,
hoping for a 6
but
touchdown game, but
They're
I'll
really
settle for half.
trying to
Take
stick
3
it
for
in
sure.
there. They're
We
really,
wanted something.
I want to go
but,
back into first, and I can't do that while
can't
you are
blame
in
you.
first.
But you know what? Let me just point this out there. This is officially an L for Tatani for that trade. Damian Harris is now back up, and Hollywood is now injured. So
Just-
officially an L for you, Tatani.
Satani, we said
bad
it when
trade
you made the
anyway,
trade.
wasn't
Ridiculous.
It was bad, and now it's awful.
You could have had Kenneth Walker and Kamara. Can you imagine that?
Insane, man.
Can you imagine? And
Yes,
Joe Mixon could have been your flex. I mean, you
You're
could have
doing
been
well, but you could have been doing
Exactly.
even better.
So you got screwed out of a trade, and now you screwed Scott out of a trade. You got lucky. So you pulled an apple on Scott.
And Apple
Golden
is
apple.
lucky with that. So after hearing those arguments, who do you think is the top out of those 3?
Derrick Henry.
You think it's Eric
I
Henry?
think it's Derrick.
I'm gonna say CMC is just history. You don't see that
Honestly-
every day.
Honestly, I have to agree with Gifford. Henry, he does it every week, but CMC just made history. He did it, like you said, first time since LT. And so, yeah, I have to give CMC the best running back of week 8. Congratulations for him.
Yep.
Best tight end. We tried to pick different people. So
A lot of weak tight ends.
I ended up going with Zach Ertz on the Cardinals, who went for 11.4 points. He had 4 catches for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. I had to pick somebody. That's why I chose Zach Ertz. He did fine, but when you're looking at best tight end, you want something better. That was my choice, unfortunately.
Why wasn't your tight end picked?
My tight end got hurt. That's why.
Okay.
Mark Andrews,
Thursday
get better. We will see you when you get better, and it'll be lovely.
The tight end I chose was Kyle Pitts.
Ooh.
Immense potential. 5 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Again, not the most impressive stat line, but for Kyle Pitts, it's nice to get going. It's the 2nd touchdown this season, and hopefully he can start building a rhythm because he's very talented. Everybody, raves about him. So
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, he needs to get going, and last week he did. He got a touchdown. He got 80 yards. He just needs to keep producing like that, and he'll be considered for best tight end every week.
You all know a wild stat? Before his first touchdown of the season was his first touchdown in the United States. So
That's
he
wild.
had
'cause
one
he plays in
touchdown.
London.
He had one touchdown last year, and it was in London. So his first touchdown of the season this year was in the United States. That's his first
That's
touchdown in
insane.
the U.S.
Well, congratulations.
So
to
now his
Kyle
second
Pitts.
touchdown in the United States. So
Nice.
Congratulations.
only
to
took you
him.
20-some games to do that. But
Who'd you pick for tight end?
I picked Kittle because our options were limited.
Yeah,
He
just
got
like me.
11.4 points.
that's my
Just
point
like
right there.
Ertz, 11.4.
Yeah, 3 receptions, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. He did good. I mean, again, our options were very limited, and we all wanted to pick different people.
Yep.
Yes.
One fewer reception, but 4 more yards or 5 more yards, and
Yeah, he did good.
it's fine.
He did better than my tight end.
So after all the arguments, again, I think tight end belongs to Kyle Pitts over here. Week, week for tight ends. It kind of sucks, but we introduced the segment and we got to do it.
It'll pick up. Kelsey's off by, and they'll start
Absolutely.
popping off soon. So
Oh yeah.
We got to see. So after that, we are going to move into our power rankings. And this week, we decided to mix it up a little bit. Instead of going team by team and going over everybody's players, we are instead going to give them an NFL comparison. So we are going to find their NFL team to their fantasy roster. Starting at number 10, with a heavy heart, I have moved Eric out of there and put myself at number 10. It is with huge humility, and I should be praised for this. I deserve 10th. I lost to Eric, and honestly, I give myself the comparison of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why did you give yourself the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you may ask?
referring yourself in third person now, huh?
Ah, yes.
Yes. Well, the Buccaneers had high expectations coming into this year. They were a dynasty or potential dynasty a couple years ago. They won 1 championship. Unlike me, I won 2. I was back-to-back champ. But unfortunately, this year has just, taken me out. I am now, 2-6? I'm in 9th place, but 10th in the power rankings. I have just been having an awful year, unfortunately. It's about time I admit it,
Can
So,
you cut back
look at me.
can you insert clips from the first week where you talk about how you're gonna be like 14-0 and how you're gonna just
Can we insert
demolish
week
the
3
entire-
clips where we were downstairs getting water, and he did the self clip where he's
with
like,
Kaden?
Yes.
And he's like, "Who's gonna win?" She goes, "Oh."
"Can we
Like,
can
"Me?
we take it back
Me?"
to last week about the Phoenix Rising and
Oh my gosh!
and
That
from the
was-
ashes?"
Many
that is-
flashbacks, babe.
that is in reference to week, 11, 12, 13. I will be back up. I'm still going to make the playoffs,
Wow,
but
In 9th
wow.
no, I won't be in 9th. I will be in
consolation
6th.
bracket.
I will get there.
You see
Let's
how
just move
you
it.
see how he wants praise for giving humility? That's how much
Oh.
praise he needs. for
That
being
validation.
sorry about himself. He needs that praise back.
I deserve that praise.
Man,
Honestly.
crazy.
At number 9, who do we have?
We have Eric, and he's going to be the Carolina Panthers with
Panthers.
PJ Walker, quote unquote. Ironically, his quarterback.
He has PJ Walker and DJ Moore.
He does. So you basically are the Panthers. And that's their whole team.
However, beyond that, he also gave away his best player. Terry
Yes.
McLaurin is no longer on his team.
Baffling trade.
Yeah, just like CMC is no longer on the Carolina Panthers.
He got Kareem Hunt in that trade, and I don't know why he wanted Kareem Hunt.
Nobody. Well, maybe he thought that he was going to get traded in real life, but
Maybe.
unfortunately he didn't. So,
But Eric,
stuck
you're
with it.
a very scrappy team. The Panthers are competitive.
Yep.
A lot of the time. So I feel like it's a good comparison. They only have 1 or 2 wins on the season.
Yeah, the Panthers have not been very good. They were fighting for first in the division against the Falcons. They unfortunately lost that one, but at the same time, you got your first win last week. So, congratulations. You are the Carolina Panthers.
And the Panthers did beat the Buccaneers last week, so it was in hindsight that you were going to beat them this week.
How sweet.
Yeah, so congrats, buddy.
Fun little
It all
comparison.
adds up. It all adds up.
You want to do 8?
Yeah, number 8, we have Zach. And in comparison, we have compared him to the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. And that is because, well, coming into the year, they were expected to go, third in the NFC West. So not really high expectations. He had Jonathan Taylor coming into the year. So he had a little bit of expectations, but honestly not much because it was his first year in our league.
The biggest comparison would be having stacked wide receivers. So
Yeah.
It would be Waddle and Hill is comparing like Hollywood and D-Hop.
Yeah.
Not quite to that extent, but kinda.
Yeah, so no expectations and honestly no results, if I can say that without getting flamed.
Watch Apple start doing worse so he could be the Cardinals now.
Right.
He's salty someone else is
I wanted to be the Cardinals.
Exactly.
Starts dropping everyone on his team.
So, yeah, Zach, no expectations, no results. You are the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
At number 7?
It's going to be Tommy with the Patriots. Tommy, you're mid.
That's about it. You are as mid as they get. And both of you guys have QB problems. You go from,
Exactly.
starting Mac Jones to Bailey Zappi.
To Matt Stafford, to Jared Goff. It's a carnival over there. So.
Yeah, it's not looking great. And honestly, it's not looking bad either. You guys are still going to be fine.
I mean, your strength is...
Probably make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, you're up there right now.
No.
Well, 7th.
But, I mean, your
Get a
running
good
backs are
start.
your strengths. Josh Jacobs has arguably been top 5 the past couple weeks. So in real life, Ramondre Stevenson has been playing very well. We're trying to make correlations here, guys. It's not going to be perfect, but...
Patriots. Yeah. New England Patriots.
New
for
England
Tom.
Patriots.
I like that.
Yes.
At number 6, we have Scott. Scott, you are the Baltimore Ravens. And that is because, well, both of you started really hot.
Oh,
Lamar
so high.
Lamar was playing
4-0?
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
No,
was very
Scott-
hot, and now he's dropping it like it's hot.
Dropping it like it's hot.
Yes.
And it's not looking good. Honestly, it is a
A hot
mudslide.
deuce in the toilet.
It is a mudslide over there in Scotland.
Bad memories, huh, Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So Ravens is Scott. Baltimore Ravens. At number 5, we have Tatani, who we said were the Cincinnati Bengals. And that is because, well, both of you just lost your star receivers.
Yes.
Chase is now out another, 3 to 5 weeks, and Debo is now out at least this week and, well, the bye next week. You also lost Hollywood Brown to IR. So both of you guys are dealing with your own wide receiver problems. Yes, you have Terry, but is that really going to do much for you? Just like, they have T, but is that going to do much for them?
And we're going to compare your slow start to their slow start. The Bengals started off 0-2. You started off 0-3.
Yep.
And you're just coming off a loss. The Bengals just lost to the Browns. It's a perfect comparison.
Perfect. Can't even complain about that, honestly.
Exactly.
That was incredible. Way to go, guys.
I'm ashamed that my quarterback is on your team, Tatani. So,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
Yikes.
it's looking better for you, though. Even with that wide receiver problem, you are looking up.
Yes.
Omar, at number 4, we gave you the New York Giants. You want to tell him why we gave him the New York Giants?
Because, Omar, you were number 1 in the league, and we all thought it was fake all along. We didn't believe in it. We weren't buying it. And with those fluky Miles Sanders performances and those fluky whatever performances, we came up with the Giants because you're a pretender.
In one word, you are a pretender.
You are not a championship material team, and I don't think you are going to do well in the playoffs.
You're playing better than what your team is.
You are highly overachieving,
You are right now 5-3.
and you should be 2-6.
You barely won this past week against Tommy, who, yes, he's 7th place, 4-4.
Bitching now, or is this
It's rough.
our rankings?
Yeah. So, Omar, you are the Giants. It looks like you have something to retort.
I don't know who's doing really well. I don't know where she was going crazy. I was not prepared for this. Reading this, I'm gonna cry laughing so hard. Oh, no.
I just didn't think Omar. I don't think the Giants deserve their record, and I don't think Omar deserves his record.
Oh my god!
Truth hurts.
So well.
Truth hurts, Omar.
When
Oh my
Danny
God.
when Danny Dimes is your quarterback and you're 6-2, it's a correlation. When Miles Sanders and J.D. McKissick are your 2 best running backs,
Yeah.
that's a correlation.
It's an underdog
Sorry.
year, Omar. Don't listen to them. It's an underdog year. You should know all about underdog years.
I know.
Mr. First place.
No, he.
Yeah.
I thought Omar's team was just fine.
At number 3, we have Matt Apple, and we compared him to the Miami Dolphins. Why did we do that, Brittany?
Hot start.
Hot start. Damn right. He began his play so well. Every week was just apples on top of the world, just like the Dolphins. But what happened to the Dolphins quarterback, Gifford?
There was a false report about a concussion, and they almost killed the man. So
Yeah, no, Tua got knocked out, and, well, they started piling up these injuries. And that's exactly what happened to Apple's team. They started getting hurt, and boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, they are just falling out of the playoffs, and, well, he's now 5th, 4-4. I do think that both the Dolphins and Apple are coming back. They're starting to look good again. So things are looking up. I'm liking where he's at. At number 2, we are going to go with Brittany, and she is the Buffalo Bills. We gave her the Buffalo Bills because, well, she has Josh Allen to start out. That's kind of apt. Josh Allen has been carrying the Bills just like he's been carrying Brittany's team. Other than that, though, they both have really good wide receivers. What do you think?
yeah, I would say the only miscomparison are the running backs, but it's kind of hard to top Ramondre Stevenson on any team. He's a very solid running back.
He's been really good.
Cordero was really good before he got hurt. He's supposed to come
Yes.
back next week. Supposed to come back week 10.
Shoot.
Yes.
Bye, Algier. All right.
He's about to even up here.
He was supposed to come back last week, but they keep pushing it out. So, he might not come back at
Hopefully he stays out. I would like to get to a
like
point.
Cordero.
I want to get to a point where I can start Algier. I just don't trust him. He's decent. But yeah, both the Bills.
Oh, he's second in ring, and we're still talking about your team. It's crazy. That's all. This isn't 10th. This is second, buddy.
all. Yes.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, Brittany is the Buffalo Bills at number 2. At number 1, we have Matt Gifford yet again.
Yeah.
He scored 190 points.
Damn.
There's no other place for him. He is the one and only Philadelphia Jalen Hurts led Eagles. This team has
wanna be
been
Eagles.
so good. You are the Eagles, though. Just take it. Just take it.
Taking it.
Your team is hot, and the Eagles are the hotness in the league. They are arguably the best team in the league. They are definitely the best team with the best record. So that is what you are right now. Technically, you don't have the exact best record because you are still tied with Brittany. Let's just put that out there. But yeah, you're just rolling, and so are the Eagles. They've had a easy schedule, and one could argue so have you. But yeah,
I would second guess that easy schedule because I lost to you, so clearly isn't that easy. But
no, you
Damn.
got to play me. That's easy.
Who else have you beat?
Anybody?
Who was the other person you beat?
I don't remember who else I beat at this
just
point.
been so long.
Like it's been a long time since I won.
to be honest, guys, I deserve this. It's been years of losing, and I finally climbed and ripped myself to the top. I've been egged. I've been egged at.
Been egged on.
And I've been stomped on, and it's time.
Drugged through the mud.
And it's time to,
Can you hear this guy? No.
role reversal.
He gets a semblance of a winning season, and this is how he acts. He is
Well, I want to be
store
humble.
winner.
I want to be humble like you. I want to be like Devyn. Yeah! Woo! Me! Me!
That's not how I am.
Me.
I'm humility.
Babe Davis.
Greg.
This-
Greg Davis.
Come on, man. It's been tough for me, but this is not about me. It is about Gifford. He is in number 1 position in the power rankings. Congratulations to
Lonely
you.
at the top.
It is. You know
You're
what?
not. We have the same record. He is
Lonely at the top.
60, 70 points ahead of me.
That's a lot of points.
We have this.
It's not. That can change in 1 week. And we saw it. Anyway, from that, we are going to go into, you know what, our bitching hour. Because I said at the top that I'm not going to do a bitching hour, but I took a monumental loss, and it's too much to not bitch about. Eric, how did you choose this week to come at me so hard? 144? This is the first time you've scored over 140 points. And it has to be against me? Like,
I mean,
I just don't know what to say.
even if he scored 135 points or 130
Or 125.
or 120,
Or 120.
even 117.
If he scored 115, I would have won. So that's where I'm at right
yeah,
now.
but he did. He scored, what is that, 25 points more?
Doesn't matter. He's still 1-7, still in 10th. So yeah, Eric. I hope you win this week, but you won last week.
He's nipping at the heels.
Fuck you. Don't let me get last, please. I don't deserve last.
Anyone who gets last place deserves it.
That's not true. That's
Is
just
absolutely
not true.
true.
No, I
You should
disagree.
have done better.
Are we gonna
Really?
bring this into politics?
Oh my god.
Everybody
absolutely
who's
not.
everybody who's down bad deserves it.
Oh, that's absolutely not what I mean.
Conservative Brittany over here.
That's absolutely not true. Cut that out. Cut that out. Absolutely not true.
All right, Brittany.
Oh my gosh. I have a bone to pick with our dear Matt Apple. You couldn't have scored 20 more fucking points. 20 points. That's all you needed to score, and I would be in first place. But I'm not in first place because of you. Because you didn't score 20 points to beat Gifford.
You didn't score 20 points after you scored 170 points.
Not
like,
enough.
let the man be.
Not enough.
Honestly,
he needed 20 more points.
We need 1 week where you don't go in on Apple, or somebody doesn't. But honestly, this is
No, we
not
don't.
that week. Fuck you, Apple.
Fuck you, Apple. Fuck you, Apple.
171 and you still took the L to this guy. Like, it's not even fun anymore. Come on, man. Like, perform better and maybe we won't rip into you. 171 is ass when you lose.
No, Apple, you put up a great fight. But I still beat you by 20. How'd that happen, buddy?
170 and you got beat by 20.
Didn't I messaged Apple on Sunday night telling him, like, hey, you need to beat Gifford. And then
Preying on my
then he
downfall.
didn't beat him.
Preying on
Do you
my
listen
downfall.
to me at all? I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm the only person in this league who knows what they're talking about, Apple.
Wow.
That's wild. Maybe you should host the podcast, yeah?
For sure, so I don't have to write down my little notes about what everybody did.
That's fine.
And I'm a bitch, too.
Go ahead.
I should have had 200. And Joe Burrow, if you had a regular fucking game, I would have hit 200 points. Because I want to destroy people weekly. I don't want to beat them. I want to destroy them. You know what I'm saying? 6 feet under. Throw them out of here. Playoffs.
I scored
R.I.P.
I scored 168 points last week, and middle of the day on Sunday, I was looking at past weeks, seeing who scored the most, and Gifford had scored the most, and I was like, oh, I'll easily hit 200. I didn't. But I was so confident I was going to, and I was so confident that I was going to be the top scorer, and I wasn't. I'm like third. I'm like third now because Gifford has the top 2. So unnecessary.
Yes.
So shitty. Just shitty.
To build on all of this, I also want to go back to where we were choosing the best quarterback, best wide receiver, best running back, best tight end. This guy had top 2, top 3 in every position. And it's just ridiculous. No team should be that stacked. How did you guys let this happen? It's on the rest of the league. It's not on me. I just don't know what to say anymore. You guys really dropped the bag on this one. You really you let Gifford, out of all of us, take the first place right now. It's wild.
I'm going to be honest. At least that's not Tommy.
Oh,
Tommy
Tommy has a win.
catching strays over here.
Tommy has a win. Out of a coffee
is that
here,
Tommy?
Tommy
Or the
has won.
takeoff?
Damn, too soon.
Shit.
What do you think?
Fuck. He said, is that Tommy or takeoff?
Oh.
Oh no.
R.I.P.
has a
Hey,
win.
R.I.P. to takeoff for real.
Tommy has a win.
Momo.
You have a win. Eric has a win. And I think that's everybody.
Hold on. I have a win.
What was that, ninth place? I can't hear you. I can't
I'm
hear
sorry.
you from all the way in ninth.
Let's
Can't
look
hear you
back
from all
at
the way in
champ.
Back in
2
like
wins.
2018.
Back to
Four
back.
The
years.
memories
Back to back.
alone.
I had championships back to back. And
don't matter,
We
'cause-
will get back there. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, we will get
It
back.
won't be
Don't
this
worry
year.
about
I
it.
will
We don't know
put
that.
So
We don't
much
know
money
that.
on it to say
We don't know
that
that.
Devyn will not.
We don't know that.
I put my $50 down to join this league. Devyn is not winning.
We don't know that.
Devyn is not winning. No.
Nobody knows.
Absolutely.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, from our bitching hour, we are going to go into this week's predictions. And, well, we're going to start out with me. I believe that I'm going to beat Omar. I'm still Trashlon Burks. He's still Michael Malone. I'm going to beat him. That's just how it is. I'm projected for 134. He's projected for 108. Projections mean nothing, as we see every week with my team. I'm projected 125 to 135 every week, but look at me scoring 116 points. Yeah, it's not fun. But I am going to beat Omar this week.
You have brought my record down so much in these dinner predictions, and I don't know if I can continue going with you, but I will for one more week.
As you should.
I don't believe in Omar's running backs. We just trashed him in the power rankings, saying that he was a pretender. And you remind me a lot of myself from last year.
Yeah, we've heard it.
I started off 1-6, and I fought my way, to that spot, and you're gonna need to fight.
Oh, I'm going to.
Because if you don't, you're below me. Because I had that fight, and I, dug myself out of that grave. So we'll see if you can. But I'm gonna let you take the win this week.
I'm going to take over the commissioner powers. I'm going to start changing scores and shit. I can bring you down to my level. All right, next one. We have Even Stevenson, which is Brittany.
Brittany didn't give out her opinion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think Devyn's going to win.
Me? Why?
I think...
Excuse you. Go ahead.
I have a lot of respect for Devyn and his team, and I think he is going to pull off this win.
Stop reading off that script.
Sound a little more like you have a gun.
I love you.
Oh, that's
Get out of here.
I think
that's a
Devyn's
ransom
gonna
note.
win.
That's a ransom note. Pity vote, pity vote, pity
on,
vote, pity
No, I
vote.
do think you're gonna win.
Okay. All right. Next one. Even Stevenson, Brittany versus Tatani, who is just a sad winky face. And in this one, I chose Brittany because, like we said before, Tatani is he's doing better, but he's just not at the level that Brittany is. 128 projection to 122 projection, and I'm gonna stick with the favorites. I like Brittany in this one.
I think Brittany wins, but I want Tatani to win for selfish reasons.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm gonna fucking win. I'm absolutely gonna win. I don't think I have anybody out on bye this week. My only bad point of my team is that I don't have Jamar Chase.
I just want to say this real quick. The last time Brittany was this confident in a pick, we can see what happened.
That's
Let's
true.
rewind it back to week 2.
Yeah. No. Sorry, Brittany. We will see.
I lost
how
that week. I lost that week to Scott.
That's just Scott. We said you were going to annihilate him. And
Yeah, I was so confident. I was like, I'm gonna destroy him. I did not.
Yeah.
Did not destroy.
I said the same thing.
I lost by like 30 points.
Yeah, that was rough. But Scott is not there anymore, and that leads us to the next matchup. Fall Gusts, which is Scott, good name, I like it, versus Eric, hoping for at least $5. And in this one, I am going with Eric. I think he is going to be on a roll now. He's going to string 2 wins together.
Ripping at your heels.
Yeah, and as long as I win, I hope that you win this week as well. Because if I lose and you win, it's going to spell disaster for me and my team.
This might
You
not.
still have the points though. The points in your favor. Aren't you like 3rd points overall?
I don't want it to be that close.
Well, then
Like
he's
4
going to
points
be
overall.
clinging on for the
I'm
last.
4th overall.
He's going to be clinging on for the last 5 weeks, hoping
Yeah.
that Eric doesn't win another game. But I'm also going to say Eric. This is probably not the wisest prediction for Devyn at the moment, but I'm going to say Eric. Scott's team is banged up. He has 4 questionables, and ETN had a breakout game last week. Olave looks great with MT out, so I'm going to go with Eric. 2 in a row, baby.
I'm going with Eric as well. I think that he's going to start a winning streak. I feel like we have at least 2 or 3 more wins for Eric, but at least 4 or 5 more wins for you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sorry, Eric. Paintballing you.
Just read that next line after that. Go ahead.
If you have a player in your... Which line?
No, the one that says you will do anything for me and you love me so much.
I love Devin so much.
Oh, thank you so
wow.
much. Wow, so impromptu. All right.
It's like, what? I was like, I don't remember.
Next one is Cup Check, which is Tommy, versus Meet the Robinsons, which is Matt Gifford over here. And in this one, I even with 4 people out, Gifford's gonna take this one. It's gonna be tough for Tommy to even keep up with him. It's right now projection 123, 123. I don't like the matchup because it's just that kind of year. Gifford is rolling. What do you think?
I agree. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough win if I do get it. But it's for my best player. So you have a really big shot, Tommy. Juju's been playing well. Josh Jacobs has been playing extremely well. But I think I win this week. I think my receivers...
You know what? No. Fuck this. I'm going with Tommy. Tommy, I want you to win. I want Brittany to get in first place. He talks too much. I'm over it. Tommy, you're going to win this week. Please, if you don't beat him with 4 people out, I swear to God, Tommy, we have an open space every year, and your space might be open if you don't beat Gifford. So, yeah, there you go.
I do believe Gifford is going to pull off a win, but Tommy, I swear to God, I don't want to be wrong. But Tommy, I need you to win.
It's a heart versus head.
I want to go. I want to be in first. I deserve first.
No.
I deserve first. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think that Tommy's going to start with a really big lead, and then
I'm gonna just chomp at it.
I think it'll be within like a 5 or 10 point game.
It's going to be too close for the situation.
Yes,
it should be a blowout.
And I'm chilling, win or lose. So who cares?
Yeah.
He's not wrong, but like, come on, just beat him. All right. Last one is Alvin and the Kamaras versus Zach's Genius Team. This is Apple versus Zach. And in this one, I don't see Zach continuing his hot streak. He is now 3-5 after all of the just garbage we drug him through for the first half of the season. But I don't think that he's going to continue. Like I said before, Apple is getting hot again. And I think that this continues. So, yes, Apple.
I think Apple wins, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as someone might think it is. I think Apple is coming off a 170-point week, a deflated loss to me. But I think he beats Zach barely. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt here. I think it's going to be a close, touchy game. So.
I think Zach is going to win. I think Zach is going to pull off the win. Like you said, the 170-point week. I feel like his players are probably going to be a little sleepy. And I think they'll still put up probably somewhere between 110 and 130. But I think Zach will do a good, like, 135.
Brittany's so smart here. She's just burning her alliances. I loved it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I believe in you, Apple, but I think that Zach will just have a very fluky...
Seems a little two-faced here, you know what I'm saying?
Right? She wants that Apple alliance, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
All right. Outside of that, we are on to our contest. So last week, week 8, we had the bad read contest. That was the team with the most points under their weekly projections. Yep. The only person that scored underneath their projection was me. Everybody had such a good week, except for my team, and we scored 9.63 underneath our projection.
How does it feel being the kid watching everybody at recess, but you're in detention watching us?
It's bittersweet, you know. Bittersweet. I get to spend more time with my teacher, whom I love, but I don't get to. But I don't get to play. That's the metaphor for the $5. I get $5 this week, but I did not get the win. So, you know that it happens.
Oh, you won something,
right? Week 9 will be Tutty Party, the team with the most total touchdowns. Good luck to everybody in the league, and yeah. So that was the Week 9 BDE Fantasy League podcast. Thanks for joining. I'm Devin.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Gifford, and always remember that pandas eat up to 12 hours a day. See you in week 10.
We'll see you then.